Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Hope everybody's doing well. Glad to have you guys back in the stream, being a part here this afternoon. Decided to cover basketball action for the WNBA for today. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever right now. They get a record of 7-12 overall. Struggling in the road, just 3-8 on the road, but they're 6-4 their last 10 games, playing much better together as a team. They went on a 3-game winning streak earlier this month. It was eventually snapped. They've lost 2 straight games in a row, but they're up to the number 9 spot now in the WNBA standings. Phoenix, which they're playing against tonight, the Phoenix Mercury, record of 9-8. Phoenix is 7-2 in their home floor, and also they're 6-4 in the last 10 straight games, coming off a win over the Los Angeles Sparks, 92-78 on Friday. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well here on the channel, and welcome back in. Daniel, glad to have you back at the stream here, man. And thanks all for coming out, being a part here. Once again, it's been a while since I last streamed. It was 13 days ago, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. It's been super busy for me recently. Been working on a lot of different work-related stuff that I had to get done within the past 2 weeks. But we'll eventually get the tip-off between these two teams here, as we'll have the Fever against Mercury coming up. It's going to be a road game for Indiana going into this matchup. And also just got alerted a couple minutes ago, I'm actually in a severe thunderstorm warning. So if for some reason this stream is not working towards like the end, I think we're going to get it like in an hour and a half from now or so. It's probably because I lost power or so. We actually had a tornado come through on Wednesday, like 5 minutes away from where I live, and I'm from the Northeast in Massachusetts, so tornadoes are very rare. We actually had one in the town that I live in on Wednesday, like around 11:30 at night on Wednesday. It was really scary, but yeah, we're in a pretty bad severe weather threat that day. We're in a pretty bad severe weather threat once again for today. Wow, looks nice where they're playing this game, though. Footprint Center, Phoenix, Arizona. 4th out of the 5th straight road game in a row for the Indiana Fever. They've played just 8 home games this season. They played 11 games on the road. They're only 3-8 on the road. Today is their 12th road game this season. Caitlin Clark signing autographs before the start of this game. She's averaging above 16 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, 6.6 assists per game. She's top 5 right now in assists per game this season for Caitlin Clark. 5 straight games in double figures that she has scored with multi-made threes. And Kalia Copper, she's the top player scoring-wise in this game for Phoenix, averaging 22.7 points per game. Brittany Griner's on the Phoenix Mercury as well, averaging 19 and 7. And Diana Taurasi, 19 seasons in the NBA. She's averaging 16.5 for the Phoenix Mercury. Tall task ahead for the Indiana Fever. Indiana 9th in the WNBA standings. Phoenix is 6th in the WNBA standings, and this is the first time that these two teams have met against each other this season. They haven't played against 3 teams, and Phoenix is one of them that Indiana hasn't played against. The other 2 are Dallas and Minnesota, as Indiana's played against the rest of the WNBA, but not. This will be the first matchup this season between Indiana and Phoenix. So it's been Phoenix, Minnesota, and Dallas. Those are the only 3 teams that they haven't faced against so far this year. So going to be tipping off here momentarily. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. My apologies about the late notice here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be here like during the day or out or so, depending on where I was, but decided to stay home because we're in like a severe weather threat throughout the course of the day, so I didn't want to be like out traveling anywhere for today. Right now, Fever's got the poll. We got 9 votes. Feel free to vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. 78 to 22, and early voting here in the poll. Phoenix comes in as an 8.5-point favorite in this game on their home floor. Natasha Cloud, the point guard for Phoenix, she's leading the team, averaging above 7 assists per game. That's top 3 in the WNBA right now. Phoenix black uniforms, purple and orange that they have on the collar of those uniforms. Indiana's going with the white jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters, yellow outline for this matchup, as Caitlin Clark and Brittany Griner meet for the first time in this matchup, about to get underway in a moment from now for the opening tip. Right to left on the floor for Phoenix, left to right for Indiana. Diana Taurasi's played 547 career games throughout her career. The Indiana lineup has played a combined 460 plus, as Phoenix has the first possession, broken up by Clark. The ball went right back to the wing of the perimeter to number 0, Natasha Cloud. Off the Griner, backs her way off a double team inside the low post, missed off the bottom part of the backboard. Quick whistle though, and a foul picked up, and this will be charged to Alyssa Smith in the quick personal foul. Hey, what's good, Ice Ice Baby? Welcome back in. Thanks for stopping by. So Brittany Griner going to head to the free throw line, shoot 2 for Phoenix. 1 game above 500 this season for the Mercury at 9-8. She's played in 7 games. She's missed 10 due to a toe injury for Griner. Hockey from home, welcome back in. First free throw, that is good. Able to found its way in for Griner on a made free throw. Second free throw, no good. Missed off the back rim. Tipped up to Clark here for the defensive rebound. So first possession of the game now for Indiana. Caitlin Clark pressured as she is able to take it past midcourt. She's being pressured by number 2, Kalia Copper of Phoenix, and that's a turnover. So Phoenix able to force a quick turnover by Clark, and that leads to a transition 3. Copper splashes it from the wing. It's 4-0 now for Phoenix. Copper's the top scorer, putting up above 22 points per game this season for Phoenix. So his second possession, looking for a much better result here. Christy Wallace attacks, drives downhill to the paint, no good. Missed with a left-hand layup off the top of the glass, tipped up to Taurasi for the defensive rebound. Phoenix now with their third possession, able to capitalize on both of them. Taurasi pass off the roll down off to Griner, got stripped as the ball will go out of bounds. The clock will stop. We're just getting started here. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And first stream since the NBA Finals. So she'll head back to the free throw line here for Brittany Griner. This will be 2 free throws. First one's good. Third most points in the franchise history last season for Kalia Copper, putting down an average of 22.7 points per game last season. Second free throw is good by Griner. She's got 3 all at the free throw line, making 3 out of 4 free throws. Fever with the ball. Clark at the footprint center logo. Passes down low to her teammate, and they get deflected out of bounds as she was looking to thread the needle there, but Copper came in, deflected it out of bounds. Wallace, the inbound passer, underneath the hoop here for Indiana. Out to the corner. Clark launches a 3. That's well off the mark. Hit the rim short as she missed the corner 3 from the right corner. Rebound going back to Phoenix. Up the floor, it is Taurasi. Taurasi guarded by Wallace. Dribbles right past her. Drives downhill. Working out. What a feather. Scoop score. Up and in off the backboard. Able to lay it up and in over Alyssa Smith for 2. quick 8-zip start here for Phoenix. I covered one Indiana game previous to this. They got blown out against the New York Liberty earlier this month. That's a 3 at the wing. That missed well off the mark. No good by Nalissa Smith for the Fever. This has been all Phoenix right from the start. Jumper at the elbow. Missed off the rim. Short by Cooper. Rebound. Controlled by Fever out of the pack with Mitchell. Mitchell accelerates up the floor. Dribbles baseline. Circles around to the corner. Mitchell will jack up a 3. No good. Too much hero ball so far to begin this game. And Indiana came up with a rebound as we have a loose ball foul picked up. Charged to Taurasi in the floor. The clock will stop right now. So we're down to around 7:40 left to go in the first. And just... yeah, this has not been a good start for Indiana, jacking up way too many threes to begin this game and just not getting any high percentage looks to begin this game. Joe, what's good? Welcome in the stream, man. Things going pretty well. Quick update for you guys. I'm actually in the severe weather threat right now for hail, damaging winds, thunderstorms, lightning, possibly a tornado. That is projected to happen around like an hour and a half, 2 hours from now. So if during the tail end of this stream around like 4:30, 5 o'clock for some reason, if I do lose power, if you can't get the stream, you probably know why. Both of the free throws missed to the line for Indiana. They are able to get the offensive rebound back off the jumper, put it up and through. It's good for 2 by Smith. Yeah, I think they're going to keep Trey. I think they're making a big mistake how they traded away DeJounte Murray. Baseline drive. Taurasi with possession. She scores backdoor up and in off the glass. 10-2 now as Phoenix is just dominating right from the start of this game. Clark right now is playing off the ball as she gets sent the ball from Christy Wallace. Clark dribbles up off a double team. Bad pass got intercepted. Try to thread the needle off the pick and roll. And here comes the Mercury with it up the floor. The lob down low with position. Got it swatted away though as the Fever. Great defense. Back in the defensive side of the floor there. And Nalissa Smith coming up with a block number 1. And now she tries to post up in the key. Frees up her offensive teammate. Missed jumper to free throw circle. So skipped around the rim and out. No good. But a Fever. Man, a rough start here for Indiana. Indiana off the inbound. Finally, they try to drive an attack outside off to Clark. Clark hounded at the wing. Bounce pass behind her back. Just trying to do too much right there to get intercepted. That's the 3rd turnover already by Caitlin Clark. Jumper's good off the pull-up. 15-foot J by Phoenix by Natasha Cloud, and it's 12-2. Shockingly, Indiana will not take a timeout right now with this game already slipping away from their hands. In the first 4.5 minutes, Clark inside the key, reach and fall, picked up, charged the Cloud. Yeah, we had bad storms on Wednesday. There was actually a tornado that came through 5 minutes away from where I live. There was a tornado that came through. We never get tornadoes. That's a rarity. Deep 2 jumper off the back rim, no good. Missed by Indiana off the inbound. This is just making it way too complex to begin this game with a shot selection here for the Fever, what they've done so far. Griner has it at the low block, puts up the jumper, banks it in, up and in off the glass over Aaliyah Boston for the bucket. 14-2. You got to think about burning the timeout, and he finally will for the Fever. Rough start for Indiana to begin this game. So we take the first time on the floor, 14-2. All right, so we head over to the first timeout. What's good, Ryan? Welcome back on the stream. Yeah, free agency starting up 6 p.m. Already some moves being made throughout the league already. DeJounte Murray a couple days ago. Hey, what's good? Robert in the stream. Welcome back in. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This will be my last stream until the week of July 8th. So I'm off next week. I'm on vacation with my family. So there won't be anything next week because we're on the road traveling for next week. So next stream will probably be after July 8th when I return. Probably like an NBA Summer League game, most likely, once I come back. Yeah, a lot of people want Caitlin Clark here to win this game. Really a tough start for Indiana. Yeah, I would say the Celtics from this year was better than the 2008 Celtics team. The 2008 Celtics team went 16-10 when they were in the playoffs. +300 points, 75 plus rebounds, 75 plus assists, 40 plus 3-point games made, or 40 plus 3-point field goals made in their first 20 games for all those combined in the WNBA. Diana Taurasi is on that list, same as Caitlin Clark, who just recently got on that list. Right now, we come back from the timeout. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the first. Indiana has possession, and it's Christy Wallace at the wing of the perimeter. Clark standing at the right corner. Top of the key here for the Fever. Bounce pass down low off to Boston. Boston moves it out to the top of the free throw circle. Jumper connects on it. It's Nalissa Smith who gets the jumper. The best look we've seen all game by Indiana, able to move it out to the free throw circle. Loose ball in the corner, picked up though by Cloud as she lobs it over to Griner. Brittany Griner at the elbow, handoff. Here's a three, take it at the right wing, and she catches it. Rebecca Allen knocks down the triple. Hey, what's good? Angel on the stream, welcome in here, man. 13-point lead for Phoenix, largest lead of the game. Clark yet to score so far. Couple turnovers as Clark went in off the head fake, put up the shot, but she traveled with it. Man, Caitlin Clark just having a rough game. She came into this game with 5 games that she scored double figures. Let's see here off of this replay. Clark trying to create space off the step back. Wow. So referees called her in the push before she went back to the step back three. Phoenix took the three, skidded off the rim short and out of bounds, and this will go back to the Fever. Yeah, I believe she's going to get Rookie of the Year for the WNBA. She needs to have the ball in her hands, though, like she has on this possession, because when she plays off ball, I mean, that's just a failure by the coaching staff. And the Fever are going to head to the free throw line. So Aaliyah Boston, off the pivot, gets fouled. She'll shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Number 0, Natasha Cloud, thought that she was there to tie up Boston, but the referees said this is going to result in a shooting foul. So this will send Boston to the free throw line shooting 2 for the Fever. Yeah, Zach Edey to Memphis in the draft they saw. He really made a push up there to the early part of the draft. First shot's good by Indiana. Second free throw is made as well. So both of them go down by Boston. 17-6 now. Just need to see if they can get some stops to get themselves right back into this game here. Currently, Phoenix red hot to begin. As Cloud cuts baseline, kick out to the corner, open three, missed off the back rim, no good by Kalia Copper, and the rebound controlled goes to Indiana. Clark passes midcourt. Clark at the top, jacks up the 30-footer straight away, and she hits it. Bang, bang. Caitlin Clark on the board. A laser on the 30-footer. Top of the key, gets her team winning single digits. 17-9 now. We'll see if this jolts something here for Indiana. Cloud at the footprint center logo, defended by Clark. Bounce pass on top over to Allen. Allen towards her left. Hand off to Taurasi. Lobs it off to Griner. Griner at the baseline. Jumper deep two. No good. Missed around the rim. Clark picks up the defensive rebound. Caitlin Clark lobs it to her teammate behind the defense. And she scores up and off the glass. Good for two by Boston. 17-11. That's the underrated part of the game of Caitlin Clark. Her vision leading the fast break. And that's a 5-zip run by Caitlin Clark individually. A 3-point shot and then an assist. Missed three at the wing. No good by Taurasi. Left it short. Outlet pass ahead. And there's going to be free throws coming up here. Smith got clobbered in the fast break transition from behind. So this will be 2 free throws coming up by Indiana. Caitlin Clark on the outlet pass up ahead of the pack over to Nalissa Smith. And Clark able to ignite the Fever's run right now. 7-zip run. Last 5 straight points credited to Clark. Great to see Indiana right back in this game. They were nowhere close to begin. They were down by 13 at one point. It was 17-4. Hey, what's good? Mushroom Merchant on the stream. Welcome in. Jason with a dono. Appreciate it, man, for the dono. Let's get that dono hype for Jason. You guys, the legends here on the stream. So, yeah, this is my first stream since the NBA Finals. I was, last 13 games, I was pretty much busy with a lot of stuff. I'll see if I can get my personal channel, over here, since we got a little bit of a break right now. First free throw was missed. If you guys haven't followed my personal channel, I've been putting up a lot of stuff over on my play-by-play demo reels for my personal channel. So I've been uploading a bunch of stuff because eventually I want to send that out to other schools, but I'll put that in the chat right now. Free throw was good, followed up by a jumper off the midi by Phoenix to take the lead. As to extend the lead back to 7, so 19-12. That is Copper, who's got 5 right now. Yeah, I was at the NASCAR race this a week ago, last Sunday, down low. Nice pass over to number 3, Christy Wallace, and she gets hit pretty hard right here as we get a player down for Phoenix. In the process, as Wallace will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Number 9 for Phoenix went down, picked up the shooting foul with Sophie Cunningham, got helped out back to her feet. Hey, Jeffrey, what's good? Welcome back in, man. Things going pretty well. Quick update for you guys is I'm actually in a severe weather threat too right now. So if for some reason, if I lose power, we're supposed to get a storm around like an hour from now or so. If I lose power during the stream towards the 4th quarter, you guys know why. We actually got a tornado 5 minutes from where I live on Wednesday night. We had some really bad storms. The town next to me, which is called Seekonk, the high school, got clobbered by down trees all over the place. There was damage to the high school roof. They had straight line 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and then in my town, the south part of the town, they got an actual EF1 tornado, the first tornado in a long, long time. Like I'm from Mass. That never happens. That we get tornadoes. Never ever happens. We were the tornado warning at the NASCAR race. So, what happened at the NASCAR race? I'll get to that probably during the commercial break once we get to the next one, as Caitlin Clark airballs it as it goes out of bounds. Phoenix with the possession here. Phoenix attacking downhill, no good, looking for the foul call by Natasha Cloud. Off to Clark. Clark evades the defender. Oh, nice shovel pass downhill to the rim. It's a layup scored by Aaliyah Boston, up and in off the glass. Is a 5-point game. Caitlin Clark with her playmaking, just keeping her team right in this one. Hey, what's good, Charlisa? Thanks for joining back in. I hope all is going well. Jumper at the free throw circle, 15-footer, skidded off the rim and out, missed by the Mercury. And Indiana comes out with a rebound. Clark flings it off to the elbow. Back outside to Clark, up feed. Clark fires a bullet down low. Missed shot off the turnaround, tipped off the glass. Offensive rebound, Boston, and Boston goes up. Boston gets fouled. So 2 free throws coming up here at the line for Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark just playmaking everything around her so far this game. Yeah, so the NASCAR race, we went to Loudon a week ago for the Cup race on Sunday. It was downpouring rain when we got up there. Luckily, because I was wondering if we were going to even have the race, because I was debating whether we would go up or not, because it's like 2.5 hours from where I live. But we go up for the day and then come back. First free throw is good by Boston. So they ended up having the race. Good thing they pushed up the start time to 2 o'clock, so that was a good thing. The fan zone, what's cool about NASCAR events is before the race they have fan zone stuff that you can get. So I got a couple different tote bags there at the fan zone. You win different types of prizes playing like a bunch of different games over the fan zone. They had this cool display over there from America's Got Talent. It was a dog group, Canine Crew All-Stars. They were part of America's Got Talent last decade, and they were at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the fan zone doing a lot of cool dog tricks, so that was pretty cool. 21-18 down to the final minute and a half left to go, and the corner 3 is good by Phoenix. Number 0, Natasha Cloud. Vaughn, what's good? Welcome in. Brittany Griner's the big name there for Phoenix. So she is on the Mercury. Bounce pass down low off to number 14, who is able to score +1 coming up here at the free throw line. Actually docked that 3-point shot down as a 2 as the foot was on the line for Phoenix. They're going to give it. No, they're not. They're actually not going to give the bucket to Indiana here. So they're going to say the foul occurred before the shot. So they will not count this as the and one. They take away the points there too. So 2 free throws at the line, and first one is good by Indiana. And lucky to be in this game right now for Indiana. It was a struggle to get things going on early on. It's Temi Bentley who just made the first free throw. Yeah, so she's playing for Brittany Griner right now. Second free throw is good, 23-20. So we got like a minute left to go. I'll get to my experience at the NASCAR race once we hit the end of the first quarter. A lot of fouls here in this game, and now Phoenix will go to the bonus. So next time around, Mercury will be in the bonus. Griner. Inside the key, Griner, turn around, and it skids in, able to drop in off the turnaround shot. Caitlin Clark started to heat up, especially with her playmaking. It's been excellent so far after a couple missed passes down low. Missed shot from point-blank range by the Fever, by Bentley out of bounds. Got tipped out by... So the referees look to see who was out on it. Now they confirm it was out of bounds by Indiana. Wow. That's awesome. So, I didn't see the janitor this year. I haven't watched in a couple years for America's Got Talent, but I used to watch around like 7, 8, 9 years ago for America's Got Talent. Like usually the earlier seasons I watched, but yeah, it was really cool. They had Dogs Doing Tricks, which competed on America's Got Talent. They had the K9 All-Stars, the racetrack, and the fan zone last Sunday. Missed shot off the fall-away. No good by Phoenix. Shot clock goes down to 0 though as they were able to come up with a defensive rebound as it skidded off the rim. Game clock is winding down to close out the end of the quarter. The 3-point shot goes through by the Mercury. 28-20. Clark crosses midcourt. Clark, final possession. Clark heaves one up at the buzzer, comes up short, and we close out at the end of the first. Number 0 for Phoenix delivers in the 3 with Natasha Cloud right before the end of the first quarter. Clark right now is frustrated about the final possession that she wasn't able to get a shot off in time for the Fever. We close out at the end of the first, 28-20 Phoenix through the end of one. Yeah, so the race started. It started at 2 o'clock. We were fine. We got through the first stage, we got through the second stage, and we were fine all the way up to the third stage. So there's 301 laps, and we competed 218. Unfortunately, Kyle Busch started this. He was in a couple of wrecks. They had like 4 straight cautions within like a 20-minute span. Which if they didn't have those cautions, we would have been close to finishing up the race within like a 3-hour time period or so, because we started at 2, and then we got a rain delay that started off around like 4:45, like very close to 5 p.m. We had a rain delay. It started lightning and thundering. We were the enhanced tornado warning. So I got a text message from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I get text messages from New Hampshire Motor Speedway about updates, and on the text message it said, seek shelter immediately, strong storms, potential tornadoes in the area. So the parking lot's like a 15-minute walk, so in the thunder and lightning, I had to walk back to the parking lot, and then we ended up not seeing the end of the race because we thought it was completely done. They went on a 2.5-hour rain delay, so everybody was pulling out at the parking lot at the same time because everybody thought the race was done, and a tornado came through 30 minutes south of where the speedway was. We were in a tornado warning. That cell, luckily, it kind of weakened 5 miles west. It was traveling east. It weakened 5 miles west of the speedway, but a tornado came through like a half an hour south of where the speedway is, and this is up in New Hampshire. Like we don't have tornadoes at all. Like we'll have like one tornado every like 5-10 years, and starting last year we had like 5 or 6 that went through my area, like in New England last year, 5 or 6, and we just had a tornado which came 5 minutes away from me on Wednesday night. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, we saw all the way up to the rain delay with a red flag. So we saw 218 laps out of the 301. I was shocked that they got the end of the race in, but saw the highlights of it when I came home. It was crazy how Christopher Bell was able to win that race. They went on rain tires, and now the cool thing about it is that they're finally going to put the New Hampshire race in the playoffs for the Cup, which they need to do like ASAP. I heard that according to a NASCAR rumors that they're going to see if they can do that for next season. So that definitely helps out, because the race had been in July, and whatever was race day, it was always like 95, 100 degrees up in the middle of New Hampshire with no winds. And I've gone 5 times. 3 of those times it was 95 to 100 degrees. The other 2 times was downpouring rain, lightning, and thunder. And that was the one from a week ago was the downpouring rain event. Just there's no consistency in the months of June and July, especially up north. It's much better. So I believe they're going to move it to either September or October for a playoff race, which if they move it to like October, you get some nice crisp 25-degree 30 nights up there. Get to like 50 degrees during the daytime sometimes. It's nice and crisp and cool during that time of the year. Tarasi trying to tiptoe the baseline, stepped out of bounds as we start off the start of the second quarter. Turnover committed by Phoenix. Yeah, Baylor Shireman, really, really good pick. He's one heck of a player, and he fits the system. A lefty three-point shooter, excellent rebounder, really fits the Celtics system. He's like an NBA-ready type player for a championship team, so I really like that pick right there, as Clark's able to pass it down low off the roll down, and there's a bucket scored up and in by Aaliyah Boston. 6-point game right now. Phoenix with a possession. Inside a key number 1 with Sug Sutton. Sutton floated up the hook shot, missed off the mark. Clark comes up with a defensive rebound. Clark pass ahead, down in transition, and it's a bucket once again up and in off the glass by Temi Figbenley. Indiana starting to get things going right now to a 4-point game. Missed 3 from the corner by Phoenix. Offensive rebound controlled by Griner, though. Taurasi at the top. Taurasi downhill with a left-hand figure roll, scores the layup. Nobody on her. The defense just not able to rotate over that time for Phoenix. Hey, have a nice rest of your night, Jeffrey. Stay safe if you're in the path of the storms there. Yeah, I heard they're out in Connecticut right now with the thunderstorms. Jumper, 12-foot pull-up off the J. She's got it. Erica Wheeler knocks down the shot. Should be 30-26 right now. I don't think the scoreboard's got that layup that Taurasi made. Open 3, and that is made straight away off the bullseye. Sug Sutton. I'm going to do 31-26 right now. I believe they forgot the finger roll on the scoreboard with a layup. I've been hearing the Magic possibly for Klay Thompson. Fever at the low block outside, and number 17, Wheeler launches a 3, missed off the rim, short to the corner as it goes out of bounds, and this will be... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I accidentally put 12. I was wondering why. Yeah, 7:40. So I'm so used to doing the NBA scoreboard, I put 12 instead of 10. WNBA plays 10. So we're under 7:40 left to go in the second. I'm so used to putting in 12 for the time. Once we get to break, Taurasi jumper misfired off at the wing of the perimeter. Rebound controlled by Clark here. So for the time being, Indiana's down by 5. Clark passes down low off to the baseline outside, and here's an open 3 for the Fever, and they could not connect. Katie Lou Samuelson, excellent look, but could not send it down. Yeah, I get some thunder right now in the background right now, so for some reason if I do lose power, it's because we're at a severe weather alert where I am within like the next hour or so as Indiana picks up the reach and foul off the baseline dribble. Ooh, I actually got a warning here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Masson, Rhode Island. Yes, as long as it's not tornadoes. We had a tornado come through like 5 minutes away from where I live on Wednesday night. Griner has it around the free throw circle, and Griner is able to draw the reach and picked up charge to Indiana. Yeah, I say they're probably going to be around that mid-pack seed next year in the Eastern Conference once again. So even if they pick up Klay Thompson, they'll probably be like I think he can improve them to like a second round team for the Magic. So I think they take the step up from being a first round team like they were last year to a second round team for them for this season. Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't hear about that, Jeffrey. It's unfortunate. Yeah, this severe thunderstorm box is, yeah, I'm on like the top line of it. So I'm not like in the middle. Luckily, I'm on like the top edge of the severe thunderstorm box where I live, and we're supposed to get that like in a half an hour. I haven't provided any points updates so far. Reason why is because my other computer froze up at the very start of the stream when I had Google Chrome up, so I had to do a restart for it. So once it restarts, I'll see if I can get up like some of the points to update you guys on who's the top players so far in this game. Luckily, this has been a ball game so far. New York Liberty beat the Atlanta Dream earlier today, 81-76. Right now, we get a 5-point game as well in this one. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And much better effort today from the Indiana Fever. I remember the last time I covered Indiana, it was earlier in the month when they got crushed against New York. Yeah, that game was not close, but they went on a 3-game winning streak at one point during the month of June. And they've lost 2 straight, but looking to see if they can end the month of June on the right foot. Caitlin Clark will head to the free throw line. She makes the technical free throw, 31-27 now. So Brittany Griner called on a technical foul. That's the 3rd time that she's got teed up this season. It's only her 8th game that she's played in this year. Missed 10 games due to injury for Griner. 6:50 left to go. Phoenix gets the inbound. Clea Copper sends it out to the wing. The 3 taken off the mark. No good by Allen. Tipped up to Clark, who picks up the defensive rebound. Clark, outlet pass ahead. Deflected. Broken up by Phoenix to the corner. And intercepted by Copper of the Mercury. The Mercury attacking downhill to the paint. Missed layup out of control. Griner, putback chance no good. Out of the pack. Offensive rebound controlled by Rebecca Allen. Bounce pass back out to the perimeter. Suggs Sutton here. We'll slow it down. 5 of the shot clock. Sutton at the elbow. Flings it off the Griner. Jumper no good. At rim just not friendly. Around the rim and out. And here goes the Fever with it. Clark working on one defender off the pick set. Clark dribbles up. Drives downhill. Right to the rim. She scores. Up and in. Off the glass and one. Coming up at the free throw line for Caitlin Clark. We get a ball game right now. 31-29. Caitlin Clark just able to get past one defender, accelerate right to the cup as she burns. Number 9 of the Mercury, Sophie Cunningham, on one-on-one dribble drive penetration, attacking to the rack. The free throw by Clark is good. It's a 1-point game. They trailed by 1 point by 13 points. It was 17-4 to begin this game. And now it's 31-30. What a comeback. This will be a monster win for Indiana to work their way up into the playoff hunt. Right now, they're just outside the top 8. They're 9th in the WNBA standings. They're on the road at the number 6 team. Swoosh. That's made by the Mercury with a J by Rebecca Allen. Clark from the corner. Clark off the pull-up J. Missed the 3. Rebound controlled by Indiana for the offensive board. Open 3 for the tie. They couldn't make it, as Lou Samuelson bricked it off the back rim. Off defensive rebound controlled by Allen, and a loose ball foul picked up charge to Wheeler. Yeah, average attendance is just like soared up this year because of Caitlin Clark. Like, some of these teams are playing in, they used to play in like 3,000 seat arenas, and I heard Atlanta was one of those teams. They were playing in like a 3,000 seat arena, and then they had to relocate their games to play in like a 17,000 seat arena, and they sold out. Caitlin Clark keeping her team right in it right now as we head to the timeout. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She's only 1 for 4 from 3, but her playmaking today has been excellent. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, as right now we're just on this timeout. Wow, we got 50 plus watching right now. Yeah, feel free to hit us up in the chat who you guys are rooting for here. Probably going to be a lot for Caitlin Clark, and the Fever is indicated by the poll, 82-18. Make sure to vote in that poll if you haven't already done so. Right now, where I'm streaming from, I'm actually in a severe weather threat at the moment. See if I can put that in the chat and in a couple minutes from now. If anybody's interested, feel free to check out my personal YouTube channel. That's where I post a lot of my games that I cover for the colleges in person over there on my personal YouTube channel. That's what I've been doing a lot of that in the off season right now for me, because I want to create those demos and then during like July and August send those out before the start of the season once again, to see if I can send those out to some of the colleges, to see if I can get like another gig or so. But I've been uploading like crazy. I haven't even got to the basketball ones yet that I did. I have like 5 or 6 really good basketball games that I did. I'm gonna probably upload all those videos one by one. Yeah, stay safe out there, Jeffrey. I heard it's like bad towards Newport, because that all went past like Mystic, and now it's heading towards like Narragansett and Newport. So stay safe out there, man. Yeah, we're at the top edge of the thunderstorm alert. Yeah, so I just replaced the new pinned message. That thunder's coming close by to where I am right now. We get back to action here. 3-point game. 5:15 left to go before halftime. Carly Mercury with a possession right to left on the floor. Natasha Cloud sends it down low over to Mac, and we have a reach and fall picked up, charged to Indiana. Inbound off the Phoenix. Wide open 3 straight away, and it sinks through. It's the Mercury able to rain down the 3 to get their lead up to 6. Mark in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Natasha Cloud able to knock down the triple. The lob to Indiana as they work their way out to the corner. Back out to the low block to Bentley as she works her way down low. Puts up the shot, gets fouled. So Mac picks up the shooting foul, and this will be 2 free throws coming up at the line for Indiana with Temi Bentley. Caitlin Clark so far, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 15 minutes played. She had a lot of early turnover issues. Oh, we got a scrum right here between players, so the referees have to come and separate these players right now. In the middle of the pack, one of the players for Phoenix is absolutely heated. Number 0, Natasha Cloud, getting into the face of a couple of Fever players. And Cloud has to be redirected towards her bench area, as this should be looked at by the officials right now. Let's see. Indiana trying to have their huddle right next to the Phoenix huddle. Both of the teams are huddling inches apart. And then pushing and shoving going on in the middle of the pack. It was number 0 for the Mercury. There's another player in there as well for the Mercury who had to get separated right next to Cloud. And now this is being under official review currently. Both of the teams around the free throw area were huddled inside a key, like millimeters apart from one another, where they took their huddle to. Like, there was no inch of real estate between both of these teams where they decided to huddle with one another. The Fever went right in front of the Mercury, and then players contacted with one another. And then pushing and shoving ensued, and now the referees had to come in and separate that. I mean, that's a learning lesson there. You got to bring your timeout huddle out of the area if you're Indiana, because Phoenix, where they were forced to do their timeout huddle, it was very close to underneath the hoop, whereas Indiana, you had all the space to huddle closer towards the free throw circle, top of the key. Instead, they wanted to bring their huddle in the middle of the key and force Phoenix to huddle very close towards under the hoop in the stanchion. Aaliyah Boston leads the way for Indiana. 10 total points, 6 rebounds, 3 for 5 shooting from the floor. Top player for the Mercury as they got a well-balanced attack. 8 points by Natasha Cloud, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 points each between Brittany Griner and also Rebecca Allen. 33 out of the 36 points have been through starters so far for Phoenix, whereas Indiana, they've scored through their starters 24 out of the 30. Clark's had those early turnovers. She has 4 turnovers, most of those early in the game, but she's been excellent with the playmaking recently. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it outside where I'm streaming from, but you can probably hear the thunder once every while where I'm streaming from right now. So yeah, so for some reason, if I do lose power, it's because of I'm in a severe weather alert. Lightning and thunder is close by to my area. I wanted to do a stream before I went away. I'm going away tomorrow, so I'll be off throughout the rest of the week. So my next stream will probably be after July 8th once I get back. It'll probably be the NBA Summer League once I get back. I could feel there was definitely going to be storms today, though, because once I stepped outside, it was just humid. It was only like 79, 80 degrees where I'm at, but it was really, really humid. It felt like it was like down south in Florida. Did not feel like Mass weather for today. Just super, super humid and sticky. Some of them she just tried to do too much. One of them was like a behind the back pass that she missed the mark on. So the early turnover issues, a good chunk of those was she was just missing the mark on. It wasn't like bobbled by her teammates. It was just she was missing her teammates on the spot early on. She settled in nicely though. Like all those turnovers that she committed was like in the first like 5-6 minutes in the first quarter. So Indiana will shoot free throws right now. 2 shots. First one gets the bounce. It is good by Temi Figbenley at the free throw line. Hanging in right now. 5-point game. They were down this many by 13 to begin. Hey, what's good? Darrell on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, everybody, today. Second free throw is good. 36-32. Phoenix with possession. We're down to 4:40 left to go before half. Cloud sends it on top. Taurasi launches the 3. She hits it. Diana Taurasi rips it down from the perimeter. 7-point lead now for the Mercury. Taurasi is up to 9 total points. She is the top scorer in this game for Phoenix. Clark at the footprint center logo. Clark, she's defended by Cloud. Clark drives inside. Kick out to the right corner. At the elbow with Wheeler. Wheeler passes down low, and the shot flung up, no good. Offensive rebound inside the paint by Figbenley, and she scores up and in off the glass. 5-point game production off the putback opportunity by Temi Figbenley. She works her way off the bench now up to 8 total points. Top player off the bench today so far in this game as we're under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Skip pass left corner for Kalia Copper. Jumper missed off the mark, no good by Copper. The elbow rebound controlled by Indiana here with Smith. Up the floor now. It is Clark. Bounce pass over to the low block. Nalissa Smith off the double team. Outside right corner. Erica Wheeler lobs it over to Smith. Working one-on-one off the pivot. Smith puts up the shot. Smith bounces in. Good for the bucket. 39-36. Indiana making this game close right now after struggling early on in this game. Lob down low, looking for Taurasi. Deflected out of bounds by Clark. Making it interesting right now for Indiana. This will be a huge upset if they're able to pull it off. right now, number 9 in the standings. Phoenix is number 6, one game above 500, and the buckets go by Griner. Up in and off the glass, just that clear-cut size advantage that she has. Inside a low post for Brittany Griner, just making it look so easy. Out there on the floor, 6'9", going up against a much smaller group of defenders between players that's 6'5" or less on the Indiana squad. Phoenix shooting 48.5% right now from the floor. And Indiana's still in this game despite shooting just 39% and only 1 for 10 from three-point range. So rough game from Clark today from the perimeter. And they've been able to thrive off fast break points. They've scored 10 out of the 36 through fast break points. As we'll take the timeout right now. So down to 2:58 left to go before halftime as we will take the timeout. Yeah, they usually are able to use a lot of the shot clock. Phoenix has some really good balance with their starters. Indiana's keeping themselves in the game with a center from the bench. Temi Bentley up to 8 points now. Off the bench, he's gone to the free throw line twice. Perfect 4 for 4. They've gone to the free throw line multiple times where they've been able to capitalize in their shots. 13 for 16 on free throws. That's helped out a bunch so far. Hey, yeah, thanks for joining in, Darrell. So see you back later in here, man. Actually, I can see what those scores are. I get the score updates too. So we got another game going on. It's just started downpouring rain where I am. I posted up at the top of the chat for some reason. Right now, I'm in a thunder, lightning, hail where I am. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way, so we usually don't get severe weather that often, but we're starting to get into that severe weather threat a lot this summer now. But another close game going on. They're actually at halftime. Chicago Sky leading the Minnesota Lynx 39-34, the lower scoring game going into half. This game's generated a lot of free throws here. Fever 13 for 16 at the line. But yeah, if some reason, if my stream is buffering, that's probably because I lost power for some reason. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll get through this game fine. It doesn't seem that bad compared to, like, luckily I didn't lose power Wednesday night. There was a tornado 5 minutes away from where I was, and I did not lose power Wednesday night, shockingly. 2:58 left to go before halftime as we get back into action. Inbound for Indiana, trailing by 5. Clark takes a quick 3 off the inbound, came off the rim. Short rebound, controlled by the Mercury by Kalia Copper. Griner at the top. Griner's working on Boston. Bounce pass over to Taurasi at the right wing. Taurasi has to dribble towards her left off the spin move, force up the shot. Taurasi no good. Missed off the glass, tipped up at the baseline, and out of bounds as Indiana stepped out of bounds off and Alyssa Smith last. That is excellent defense there by number 9 with Sophie Cunningham as she tipped it right back to Smith as Smith tried to save the ball for her teammates at the baseline, but Cunningham tipped it right back to Smith as Smith was out of bounds with it, and then Smith tried to tip it back, but great catch by the official. Inbound to Griner here for Phoenix. Handoff. Off to Griner from Sutton. Griner deep 2. Bounces in. That bounced off the rim 3 times. Brittany Griner at 6'9". Tallest player on the floor taking advantage. Clark shovel pass, and her teammate couldn't catch it. As Taurasi came in, deflected it, came up with a steal, jumped the roots as Boston was just standing there inside the key. Taurasi up the floor, going to draw the reach and fall, picked up charge to Indiana. That's now the 5th turnover charge to Clark, so that gets statted as a Caitlin Clark turnover. Not really much you can do right there because her teammate, Aaliyah Boston, you have to cut to receive that basketball. She's just standing there. Taurasi read it perfectly well, and Taurasi came up, was able to break up that pass and have a step on the route and pick up the steal. Taurasi shooting 2 at the free throw line. First one's good. So they're now in the bonus. That was by Lexi Hall, who picked up the reach and fall in transition. Second free throw is good. 8-point lead down to the final 2 minutes left to go before halftime here. Fever trying to get their team back in order. Bounce pass off to the elbow. As Clark sends it over to number 17, Erica Wheeler. Wheeler off the pivot, tried to drive on the Phoenix defender, and it's going to be a reach and fall charged to Phoenix now on the floor. It's been a choppy first half. A lot of personal fouls right now. In any other game, we'd be at halftime currently. Next time around, they'll be in a bonus. Number 10, Lexi Hall, the inbound passer, near side of the floor for Indiana. It's 45-36 that we got for a score right now. Now they switch the inbound passer to Wheeler. Bounce pass Boston outside Wheeler. Wheeler at the wing. Dribbles up. Right baseline dribble. Moves it out to the perimeter. Boston over to Clark. Clark bring it along a double team. Clark now working one-on-one on Copper. And Clark's pass goes out of bounds. The shot clock violation as well as it rolled out of bounds when the shot clock got to 0. But nobody there to backdoor cut for that ball. Yeah, that's just getting the ball to Clark way too late in the possession. You got to get Clark involved early on with the offensive action. That's just excellent textbook defense right there. That was broken up off Copper. She actually could have got called for the kicked ball violation, but since the shot clock was down to 0, she didn't. That's now the 7th turnover of the game. 3rd turnover just a minute ago by Phoenix, as Phoenix able to pick up the pass, take advantage, and from behind, it's a shooting foul picked up charge to Mercury. So 2 free throws coming up here, but a Fever at the free throw line with Erica Wheeler. Just jumped the route, picked it off, and she was about to cash it in, but prevented that from happening here. Let's see, Taurasi getting back in transition. Taurasi, that's a smart foul there. Allowing 2 free throws to be earned at the line by Wheeler. First one's good. Second free throw is good, so she makes both of them. That's much better than a bucket and then an and one. Heads up there by Taurasi as Wheeler just clearly had her beat on a transition. 7-point game, kick out to the corner. Phoenix with possession here as it gets moved outside over to Cloud. Cloud passes down low to Griner, broken up out of bounds. And Indiana picks up the reach and follow. So back to the bonus. Vegas, welcome in, man. Yeah, we're getting pounded right now by thunderstorms. So stay safe out there, man. And hopefully Wednesday night, hopefully you guys made out fine during the storm. I heard Lincoln, North Attleboro, Cumberland, they got pounded on Wednesday. There was actually a tornado. There was a tornado in the south part of my town around 15 minutes south from where I live. And then there was 100-mile-per-hour winds 5 minutes west of me at Seekonk High School. That if you saw the videos that came out of Seekonk High School, they had like 100-mile-per-hour straight line winds knocking down a bunch of trees in the parking lot at the high school. Both of the free throws were good by Griner. 47-38. So we approach the final minute left to go before halftime here in the Fever. A lot of dribbling. Shot clock's already down to 10. Clark has it now with 8. Clark at the wing. Jacks up the 3. No good off the back rim. Tipped up and out of bounds. Last touched off at Indiana. Yeah, they got to get her better looks than that. She's going to be playing. She's going to have the basketball. I don't know why the head coach has her off the ball so much. That's one of those possessions. You get the ball to Clark only with like 8 seconds left to go. You got to get something going on like early on in the shot clock, much earlier. If you got Caitlin Clark, and you got to use her as the primary ball handler. 44.9 seconds left to go. Away from the ball. We have another foul picked up, charged to Indiana. Taurasi took a shot away from the ball here. Yeah, this is just out of control with these fouls so far. We should be at halftime. Any other game in the WNBA, they play 10-minute quarters. We'd be at halftime. Right now, we're still with a minute left to go, and it's already an hour plus into this game. Right now, Indiana's 15 for 18 on free throws. Phoenix is 7 for 8. So we're just waiting here. About the last foul. They're looking at it on the monitor, I believe, for the officials. Erica Wheeler of Indiana picked up the personal foul. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Pretty good audience right now tonight. 40 plus watching. Yeah, pretty solid for a WNBA stream out here. So thanks all for joining in. It's my first stream since the Celtics won the championship 13 days ago. Next stream will be sometime after July 8th. I'll be away next week with my family. We're going away on vacation. So it's probably going to be after July 8th for probably the NBA Summer League will be my next stream sometime once I return after July 8th. So we're just awaiting here about the free throws that Phoenix is going to have coming up at the free throw line. They should have 2 shots. So the officials right now are talking about this pair of free throws. No, yeah, unfortunately I couldn't because I had work that day, so unfortunately I couldn't. I heard it was crazy, like, to get out of there. So it was on a Friday. Fridays in Boston are crazy. Yeah, when I commuted to college, my college was 7 miles south of Boston, and I remember every Friday, if I didn't leave college by like 3 o'clock on Friday, I was guaranteed to be stuck in traffic at like 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Didn't get back home until 7 on Friday if I can't get out of there at 3. That's why I always try to leave at like 2:30 when I got home from college on like a Friday. The other days weren't bad. It was Fridays was horrendous. But yeah, I heard over 1 million people took the MBTA rail service that day for transit. And what is going on here? Both of the free throws were good by the Mercury. Indiana. What in the world was that? You have 2 players trying to come up for your own rebound and they couldn't get it. The shot was missed. Number 14 trying to battle for the loose ball. There was a player for the Mercury on the... So there was a player in there for the Mercury on the deck. That's what happened too. So the player from the Mercury was able to alter that loose ball. Missed layup by Phoenix as Indiana comes out with a rebound. Caitlin Clark crosses midcourt. 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out at the end of the second quarter. This is going to be Caitlin Clark's possession right now, I would imagine. She needs the ball. Shot clock's down to 8. Game clock's down to under 10. Jumper at the free throw circle. No good. It wasn't Clark who took the jumper. Erica Wheeler tried to do it herself. Missed around the rim and out. And at the buzzer, the 3 by Phoenix. Missed off the back rim. No good by Sutton. And we close out the end of the first half. 49-38. That's a rocky first half right there for Indiana. Some ups, mostly downs. And for the Fever, they were down as many by 13, able to come back in, but Phoenix able to get on a late run and go up by 11. So 49-38 as we enter halftime here. And yeah, Indiana just taking way too many perimeter looks for them. A lot of low percentage looks, and they keep on missing so far in this game. 1 for 12 from the perimeter. Phoenix making those shots, 6 for 14. And this is just a clear-cut shooting percentage. Indiana's +7 on the glass and losing. Right now, they're +7 in fast break points, 12-5 in losing. As they've turned it over 7 times. Mercury with just 3 turnovers. And they're taking way too many tough shots and missing those shots. Yeah, crazy start to free agency so far. DeJounte Murray got traded. And I heard LeBron turned down. So he's going to take a pay cut, it looks like, so he can stay with the Lakers. They picked up Bronny, so he's definitely staying. He's looking like he's going to take a pay cut, I would imagine. And they got J.J. Redick as the new head coach for the Lakers. So LeBron and J.J. are podcast buddies with one another. And it's going to be Lee GM and J.J. as the new coach. Yeah, I saw it was last month when Joel Embiid came on as an analyst for the NBA Finals, and he was with Paul George, and he looked at Paul George about he talked about like the offseason Joel Embiid did on the ESPN NBA pregame for the finals, and then he looked at Paul George about the offseasons. So yeah, looking likely that Paul George could go to Philadelphia. There's actually an account that I just followed yesterday on Twitter. I saw it pop up on my news feed, and he was dropping like news well before Woj and Shams was reporting it. I'm gonna see if I can get the name of that account. I think the person had one before and then created another one because I think they found out about it because he has over 19,000 followers when they followed him. I wonder if they took it down again because he had 19,000 followers and he was projecting things correct. And I saw he projected Klay Thompson to the Magic, what he was saying. That account might have got taken down. It got taken down last year for projecting off-season NBA stuff well before Shams and Woj had projected it. Hey, there we go. That sounds nice. Some Pink Floyd for Robert right now. Yeah, Paul George possibly. I'm thinking Philadelphia. He'll probably land, but Golden State a close second. JB Bickerstaff today agreed to be the new head coach of the Pistons. So we'll see how that goes. Not too big of a move for him going from Cleveland to Detroit. So Paul George planning on free agent meetings with the Clippers. Well, that's who he plays for. the Sixers and the Magic. And what I heard from that account was the Magic. I saw that yesterday, and he had checked mark because he tweeted out on June 11th about DeJounte Murray seeking a trade, and it was almost complete, and then he got that as a check mark. Wow. Atlanta Hawks will not deliver a qualifying offer to Sadiq Bey, which he'll become a free agent. Yeah, huge pickup there for the Pelicans. That was on Friday. They got DeJounte Murray. Couple teams in the East are just, they're just stockpiling picks because they're going through a massive rebuild. Brooklyn, they earlier in the week they traded away Mikal Bridges off to New York. New York looks lethal for next year. They got 4 national championship players who all played together at Villanova, that now play for the Knicks. They're going to be the biggest threat to the Celtics out of the East. I thought they'd be facing each other in the Eastern Conference Championship this year, but that was a little bit of a shock to me to see Indiana get it over New York. But yeah, New York and their injuries, that's what hurt them, and why they couldn't win that Game 7. Yeah, the whole West just keeps on trying to get better. Pelicans looking dangerous next year to get DeJounte Murray from the Hawks. And the Hawks are another one of those teams that's selling. I think they traded the wrong guy right there, because a lot of the players in the NBA, they just don't respect Trey. Like, a lot of players from the players think that he's like an overrated player because he can't play defense. He's only like a one-sided offensive player. And he's forcing players that he can't play with out of Atlanta right now, which is an issue because the organization's trying to do whatever possible to make it work with Trey, but nothing's been able to really work besides the year that they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, which they beat Philly, which that was against Doc Rivers and Philly, that they won in that Eastern Conference semis game, the game that Ben Simmons blew that wide open layup. But yeah, after that, they've just been like back-end playoff team, or like missing the playoffs, like in the play-in for them. They've been like around like that 8, 9, 10, 11 spot. Yep, the Villanova Knicks. Yeah, Sam Hauser on the duck boats. I saw they were throwing beers. Peyton Pritchard, he loved that. He talked about that was like his best experience ever. Like all the people that showed up. He had over 1 million people show up for that in Boston. I actually couldn't go that day because I had work, so I didn't go to the Celtics parade. I heard there was over 1 million people there, and the delays for the train were crazy. I'm not like a huge crowds person, though myself. I went to NASCAR last week, but more like an organized crowd where like everybody is seating in their assigned seats. Like that stuff, like parades and stuff, are like crazy, and it can get like a little bit overwhelming. Or so I'm actually going to a Cleveland Guardians game next week because I'm in Cleveland with my family, so we're away next week. I got tickets for $11 for a Cleveland Guardians game. Like you'll never see that price in any team in Boston. Like, I remember 5 years ago, I went to a game for the Portland Sea Dogs, and I paid $10 per ticket back in 2019, $10 per ticket, and it was, I believe, $10 to park in there. And for this game that I'm going to Cleveland, it's $11 per ticket for a Major League Baseball game. I mean, that's as low as you can get. Like, you'll probably never see $11 tickets for professional sports, whatever it is, MLB, NBA, NFL, certainly not the NFL unless your team's 0-16, like at the end of the year and playing their third string players for like a team that's over in the Midwest or something like the Colts. You'll probably see that, but you probably won't see prices like that ever again. Yeah, I looked at the seats. They're really good seats. They're behind home plate, but they're like upper deck seats. So, if for some reason if it like rains, like slight drizzle, or if it's like sunny, it'll be like a shade spot. So it works out, which is cool. So it's like an upper deck, but it's got a covering over a good chunk of those seats in the upper deck that have shade when it's sunny, which is cool. Yeah, crazy. It's $11. I got tickets for the Cleveland Guardians for this upcoming week. I'm going out to Cleveland. Like we'll never see that in Boston. I was looking at the prices for like Fenway to compare that, and those tickets were like $65-$70. Never ever see that in Boston. Yeah, they got God Shamgard. God, great pickup. So he was actually an assistant over at Dallas. So yep. Oh, so his okay, so they get the junior. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so his dad's still at Dallas, but his son. Okay, so his son, yep, is the assistant coach. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome to get ties right there with the Celtics when his dad used to play at Providence. So second half, we're just waiting for a couple minutes from now. Thanks all for joining in, being a part in the stream. If you guys haven't already done so, feel free to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And I'll be off next week, so no streams next week. I'll probably be back after July 8th when I get back. That's probably the next time I'll be back for probably NBA Summer League by then, because they'll be starting up like later next week. Seems like the storm passed my area. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been, because when I went on when I watched the TV today, it said that we were in a marginal 2 enhanced weather threat, which is pretty bad because we had one of those a week ago when I was in New Hampshire. And yeah, the weather was pretty bad during the time when I was in New Hampshire last week. Yeah, so when I looked at the article on Friday, they've now had, I believe, 7 or 8 straight sellout games that they've sold out every single seat. I'm lucky. I bought my tickets on Thursday night because I saw they were selling out fast. Like I got lucky that day because the days before they were selling the tickets for like $20, $25, and then they logged in on Thursday and I saw $11 for the tickets, but a lot of the seats were empty. Luckily, we were able to get a seat at the end of the row, kind of towards behind home plate in like an upper deck, and it was $11. There were a few seats like those because all of the other ones were down like the right field or left field line that were $11 or like middle aisle seats, but we luckily got one that was like behind home plate at the end of a row, which is always great. And so you don't have to get past like a group of people to get to the end of the row. And then it was like upper deck seats close by a covering. So really good seats that we got for this week's game. Yeah. I also posted on the chat. I got my personal YouTube channel up there, so that's where I've been uploading a lot of my college broadcast stuff from. So recently I uploaded a couple different games that I uploaded there with my college broadcast stuff. So feel free to check out the channel if you guys would like, and a lot more of those videos will be coming later in the month of July into the month of August. I have to put together a bunch of my stuff for like demos. So I haven't even got to my basketball stuff that I did in the winter yet for the videos. But hopefully I'm gonna see if I can put those together probably around sometime once I get back from vacation in July. So they're playing the White Sox, so it's Guardians White Sox. I got those tickets are for the 4th of July that I got them for. So they sold out all their games when I checked on Friday. They sold out all their games on July 2nd. And they were in the midst of selling out on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. So, yeah, it's a day game on the 4th of July, and those ones really went up fast. So we come back to action. Jumpers good off the turnaround by Brittany Griner. 51-38, tied for the largest lead of the game by 13. Bounce pass off to Clark. She decides not to lay it up and in. Clark lost the handle, turns it over. Clean steal by the Mercury here as they will slow down the tempo instead of going in for a transition layup. Decided to dribble back out to the corner perimeter was Kalia Copper for the Mercury. 12 on the shot clock outside the Copper. Jacks up the 3 off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Indiana has it. Fever with a possession, a bullet fired down low underneath the hoop off to Boston, and Boston gets fouled by Griner. So 2 free throws coming up, and Alyssa Smith was able to fire that pass down low to Boston. So 2 shots at the free throw line. They went 13 for 16 in the first half on free throws. First one here is no good. Yeah, they should be able to win that game. Yeah, White Sox are really struggling this year. Both of the free throws left off the board for Indiana. Whoever's working the scoreboard accidentally put a made free throw when it was clearly around the rim and out. So it's a 13-point lead still as they went empty that trip at the free throw line. Griner receives the pass, floats up the runner off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by the Fever by Alyssa Smith. Smith up the floor, bounce pass right corner, Christy Wallace, right baseline dribble. She's working on one defender, tripped up and fouled. So that is charged to Copper on the reach and foul. So many fouls in this game. This game's gone by choppy today. Inbound from Clark to the corner. Baseline drive by Mitchell. Outside extra pass. Open 3 for the Fever. No good. Christy Wallace couldn't send it down. The rebound controlled by the Mercury. Just nothing going along from 3-point range today. Slipping past the blown coverage. Up and in off the glass was Natasha Cloud. Scores the layup. Largest lead of the game now by Phoenix with a 15-point advantage. Cloud's got 10. Clark has to go. Clark drives downhill right to the rim. She scores up and in off the glass for the bucket. Let's have Caitlin Clark take it every single one of these possessions here until they can start to figure out how to lock up Clark. Other than missing her three, she's been solid from 2, plus the playmaking. Just have her get the ball more in her hands. Her teammates just not allowing her to be an offensive weapon like she always is. Clark comes out with a long rebound here. Clark up the floor. Clark drives up to the key. Clark dribbles back out around the perimeter. Clark looking for the pick to be set. Bounce pass off the roll down to her teammate who missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Putback is there for 2. So Caitlin Clark helps out, sets up that possession. It's 53-42 now off the putback as it goes to Smith. Nalissa Smith's up to 9. Off the screen here for the Mercury. Dribble drive inside, and the layup no good. Around the glass and out, missed by Cloud. Up the floor, Clark. Bounce pass, open 3 for the Fever. Swoosh! It's an 8-point game right now. Indiana get it on the run. 53-45, Caitlin Clark. The outlet pass ahead. The corner 3 is good by Kelsey Mitchell. Clark's helping her team, trying to crawl back into this game. 9.6 rebounds, 5 assists by Clark. She does have 5 turnovers. 4 of those occurred in the first quarter. Griner, kick out to the corner. Intercepted by Mitchell here with a steal for Indiana. Indiana looking to cut the deficit right now. Clark, skip pass, left corner, open 3 for the Fever. No good around the rim and out. Tipped up, battle for the rebound, tapped out of bounds. Last touched off of Phoenix. It's going to stay Indiana ball. I mean, they're right there. You got to make those threes, though. If you make those open threes from the corner, then you're going to make this game much, much closer. They're just 2 for 15 from three-point range. Brittany Griner goes back to the bench looking like she's having a little bit of trouble with her left knee right now. A little bit of pain, squinching on the bench, holding her left knee, and a turnover committed by Indiana off the inbounds. Yeah, Brittany Griner in the last defensive play, she fell down hard away from the play. That led to the transition 3. Nobody was out in the corner that was able to guard Griner, and with Griner's size, 6'9", tallest player on the floor, and with her efficiency inside the key, that's a major loss right now for Phoenix. 10 turnovers by Indiana, just 4 by Phoenix in this game. Clark controls the defensive rebound. Clark, 30-foot pull-up. Oh, she hits it. Bang, bang, baby. Caitlin Clark from the Phoenix Mercury logo sinks the 3. 53-48. Here comes Caitlin Clark from the PHX at the edge of the P, and the layup is good in response. Back up and in. Off the glass for 2 by Rebecca Allen. 55-48. The pass trailing to the hoop, and an easy layup score by the Fever by Wallace. 5-point game. Here we go. As we have a timeout taken on the floor by the Mercury now. Caitlin Clark getting their team right back into it. From the edge of the Phoenix P. At midcourt, delivers on the 3. Caitlin Clark, top scorer for the Fever in this game. 12.7 rebounds, 6 assists as we head to the timeout. .527 left to go in the third. We got ourselves a game right now. Caitlin Clark started to take over. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Her 12 points put her as the number 3 scorer in the game. Top scorer in the Fever right now. Phoenix led by Brittany Griner with 15. 13 by Diana Taurasi. But Griner, she was on the bench holding her left knee. And that's concerning right there. If she cannot get back up on the floor for Griner, it has to miss some time during this game. Then that's a concern right now because Indiana's hanging in at this moment. 10 points, 8 rebounds by Aaliyah Boston right behind Clark for the number 2 scorer. Top rebounder goes to Boston here. Nalissa Smith with 9 points and 8 rebounds. So it's been those 3. It's been able to do damage so far this game. Hey, what's good, Bradley? Welcome back in, man. Hope all is going well. So it's been a trio for Phoenix between Griner with 15, Taurasi with 13, and Cloud's got 10. With 4 assists so far. The Fever's just been dominant on the glass. They just haven't been able to shoot the ball efficiently throughout this game. They lead plus 11 on the glass despite they're trailing right now, down by 5. The other game actually is a 5-point game as well. Chicago Sky leading the Minnesota Lynx 57-52. So that's a 5-point game. This is a 5-point game. Yeah, they already started the fourth quarter. This game is well behind. We're like midway through the third almost. Yeah, things going pretty well. I'm actually going away with my family starting tomorrow. So my sister, she sings in the barbershop chorus, and the group, when they competed in Cape Cod in April, they won their region. So now they get to compete for nationals around the 4th of July next week. So nationals takes place this year in Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm going out to Ohio starting next week. Wow, they had over 20,000 fans in attendance June 7th against Washington. Both of those teams were at the bottom of the WNBA at that point, both 11th and 12th when Indiana faced Washington. Indiana's up to number 9 here. If Indiana's able to win this game, then they're putting themselves into position to be a top 8 team in the playoff standings for them. So they're just outside the top 8. Phoenix up to 6th right now in the standings at the moment. So we come back from the timeout, and a quick offensive foul picked up charge to Phoenix off the inbound. That was very not much time at all. It came off the clock right there. Very quick off the inbound. So it goes back to Indiana, down by 5. Caitlin Clark takes up the floor into the hands to Kelsey Mitchell now at the left wing perimeter. Mitchell at the left wing, lobs it over to Nalissa Smith at the mid-block. Smith backs her way inside the key. Smith off the pivot move, puts it up, puts it through. It's good for 2. It's 55-52. 5 minutes left to go in the third. Indiana's right now in this game. They trail by 15 points at one point in this quarter. It's a 14-6 advantage in favor of Indiana. Taurasi jacks up the 3, missed off the mark, no good. And a loose ball foul charged to the Fever. It's going to be picked up, charged to Boston. So Aaliyah Boston on the loose ball foul. That's a momentum wrecker right there. That's now our third for Boston. The only player in foul trouble. Clark has 2 personal fouls here. Here's a 3 straight away, no good. Missed around the rim and out by the Mercury. The Mercury struggling recently from 3 up the floor. Clark passes downhill to the rim to her teammate, and she scores up and off the glass. Aaliyah Boston having an excellent game today. They were down by 15, and now they're trailing by 1. Quarter 3, off the mark, no good. The Mercury going stone cold from the perimeter as Clark rips away the defensive rebound. Here goes Caitlin Clark up the floor, has it at the right wing, working on one defender with Rebecca Allen, signals her teammates. Joel's back out to the footprint center logo. 12 in the shot clock. Clark brings along the double team. Gets it away to Boston. Boston off the up fake outside to her teammate for the lead. Bang, bang, she's got it. Kelsey Mitchell splashes down a 3, a part of a 19-2 run by the Fever. 57-55, this is the first lead of the game. Largest deficit they trail by was 15 at one point. 19-2 run for Indiana. They were down by 15 to begin this quarter. Missed shot straight away by the Mercury as they're forcing up hero ball. Rebound control by Indiana. Mitchell on top. Here goes Clark. Kick out to the wing. Open 3. Mitchell. Bullseye. Kelsey Mitchell. Back-to-back triples for the Fever. 60-55. Phoenix will not burn a timeout right now. They'll continue playing. 3:20 left to go in the third. Phoenix lost the handle, turns it over. Huge contact down the side of the floor. Nalissa Smith off the steal, gets knocked down. This is going to be Indiana basketball. Caitlin Clark propelling this run, doing everything possible. 12 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Going to have a triple-double if she keeps it up here. She's 2 assists, 2 rebounds away from that triple-double today for Caitlin Clark. I mean, this is just a relentless Indiana Fever squad right now. I remember when I covered them at the beginning of the month, they got destroyed by New York in that game. They had some really bad body language in that game. This game, they were down by 15, and for them to come from behind like that, something special. Clark has it. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Clark at the top of the key. Takes the three straight away. No good. Off the mark. Missed by Caitlin Clark. Rebound controlled by Natasha Cloud of Phoenix. Out to the corner. It goes to Cooper. So we have a whistle here away from the basketball. Their top scorer today, Kalia Copper, only has 5 points this entire game, just 2 for 12 shooting. So she's been shut down today in this game. Right now for the Mercury, she had 24 points on 9 for 18 shooting during the last game. Yeah, she's on the bench right now, too, for Copper. Brittany Griner comes back in. Griner's been a matchup problem for Indiana's defense to contain. So she went down at one point in the third quarter, dealt with a knee injury, and she's back right now. 15 points, 5 for 9 shooting, just incredibly efficient. She's the top plus for the Phoenix Mercury on the floor. She's a plus 10. Everybody else, for the most part, is either plus single digits or minuses on the floor for Phoenix, as Phoenix picks up the offensive foul. They got no rhythm with them right now. Rebecca Allen, the offensive foul committed. That's now turnover number 7. Look for Caitlin Clark here to just burn down the three. That'll be huge for Indiana. 60-55. Clark with possession with it now. Clark at the right wing, working on one defender. Clark dribbles up to the elbow. Skip pass, right corner. Open three. They got it. At the quarter. Number 1 for the Fever, Nalissa Smith. Took them to the third quarter, towards the second part of the third quarter, to finally just deliver from three-point range. Loose ball inside the key. We get a tie up here, I believe, in the floors. Tarasi fell down with it, got tied up. The Fever defense, they are 0 for 7 from three-point range this quarter by Phoenix. Indiana's 5 for 7 right now from 3, after shooting just 1 for 12, their first 12 3-point shots. They've now worked their way up in this game to shoot ever since, as that number now is up to 6 for 20 from the perimeter here for Indiana. A 15-point lead. This is right now a 23-point swing, and this game is up to a 15-point deficit for Indiana. Has turned into an 8-point lead. A 23-point swing in this entire game right now. Yeah, we've got some pretty good numbers on this stream here. I'll be back probably covering the Summer League and the WNBA once I get back from vacation. I'm going on vacation next week, so I'll probably be back after July 5th as the backdoor layup's good. Fever score up and in off the glass by Temi Bentley. It's a 10-point lead for Indiana. This is going to go down as a massive win if they're able to close out this game today. Phoenix cannot get anything going offensively at all in this third quarter. They've been on a massive scoring drought for a long time. It's going to be around 8 minutes. They haven't scored a single bucket. They'll shoot 2 free throws here for Phoenix. This is part of a 27-6 third quarter advantage. That's insane. 27-6 advantage in the third quarter. First free throw is good. Yeah, no problem. Second career game with double-digit assists at the WNBA level for Caitlin Clark. First free throw is good. Second free throw no good. Around the rim and out. Tip back to the perimeter. Tarazi, 28-footer. Swashes it. 65-59. Nobody there to box out for the Fever. That's a big three made by the 20-year vet. Fever get called on the turnover. So it's an illegal screen picked up, charge to Temi Bentley. This will go right back over to the Mercury. This does not help out their momentum. Minute 20 left to go in the third. Brittany Griner moves it outside to her teammates as they work their way around. Cloud back over to Griner. Turn around, making it look so easy. She's got the bucket and one. Coming up in the line as she sticks her tongue out after she makes the turnaround shot. Looking like it's so easy out there. Just taller than everybody else on the floor. Yeah, there were recent pictures over on Twitter winning earlier this month. And I think they're going to have to look into that one. Free throw is good. This was a 10-point lead not too long ago. It's now down to a 3-point game. 65-62. Going to be a battle to the finish here. Caitlin Clark, top of the key. Bumped into, no call by the referees. Clark dribbles up inside the key. Bounce pass on top, over to Smith. Melissa Smith gets it away, over to Wallace. Jumper at the elbow. Wallace, no good. Around the rim and out. Tipped up. Offensive rebound controlled by the Fever. 45 seconds left to go in the third. At the right wing, Kelsey Mitchell, jab step, working on Tarazi. Mitchell drives on Griner at the low block outside, sends it out to the wing. Here's a three, came up off the rim, short, no good by Smith. Battle for the rebound. Bodies all over the place right now. We got bodies hitting the deck hard. Going up for the rebound. I believe it's going to be a loose ball foul charge to Indiana. This will send Phoenix at the free throw line. Yeah, that's crushing. That is crushing to the Fever. This is going to be 2 shots coming up the free throw line here for the Mercury. Number 9, Sophie Cunningham. Going to be shooting free throws coming up. That is on Temi Fugbenley. She's been great off the bench production-wise. 10 points today off the bench, but just picked up her 5th personal foul. So she gets called in the loose ball foul. 2 free throws at the line, and the first one's good. Second shot, right down the middle, 65-64. 30 seconds left to go. 9-zip run by Phoenix. At one point, Indiana outscored Phoenix 26-6 in this quarter. At one point, they went on a 19-2 run. The Fever looking to get their momentum back in, and they will. Cutting to the hoop, it's Christy Wallace who floats in the shot, scores for 2. Final 10 seconds left to go in the third as Phoenix will slow it down. Natasha Cloud, edge of the Phoenix logo right now. Cloud flings it out to the wing. Here's a 3. It's a wedgie. Oh, we got a wedgie here, folks. On a 3 that gets wedged in between the backboard and the rim. Kalia Copper just having a tough game today, and that basketball would not stick for her to make the shot. The only place that it stuck is that it wedged in between the backboard and the rim. 1.5 seconds left to go. We're going to have to do a jump ball here at the midcourt logo. Jump ball between these two teams. 1.5 seconds left as the jump ball gets tipped out of bounds, and that's how we close out the end of the third quarter. 67-64 at the end of 3 as Indiana leads this game. Caitlin Clark flirting with a triple-double. She's got a double-double. 12 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds by Caitlin Clark through 3 quarters, playing 30 minutes the entire game today by Caitlin Clark. As we close out the end of 3, Indiana miraculous comeback down by 15, and now they lead by 3. What a battle. They were down, so they were trailing by 15. They led by 10 as many at one point. That's a 25-point swing. Phoenix with a lot of momentum for them closing out the quarter. All right, so fourth quarter coming up. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, we get some pretty good numbers on these WNBA streams, which is cool. So I wasn't sure like what the numbers would be like, but it's pretty decent. Like able to reach like 1,000+ views on a WNBA stream is awesome, because that's what we were raking in during the regular season for the NBA. Was around 30,000 approx, or was around 1,000 approximately, like around that 30 to 40 viewers in the video or so for most of the regular season streams. I posted a link to my personal YouTube channel where I upload a lot of my college broadcasting stuff. I've been doing that now in the off season. I want to make a lot of demos for the games that I covered in person, so I can send those out to other colleges and hopefully get in. So if anybody's interested, feel free to check out my personal YouTube channel. A lot more videos going to be coming up within the next couple of weeks. I still have yet to do my basketball videos from this year for the new stuff for the winter, so that's coming up soon. I got like 5 or 6 games that I'm going to see if I can do and put on that site. So I just posted out that link if anybody's interested in subscribing over to my personal YouTube channel. I think basically a lot of the people who's usually in here, the ones that came back from the finals or so, all those links are posted in the description of this video as well. Channel memberships, I got my Twitter link out there, which is Behind the Arc 14, and also got a lot of cool stuff on the merchandise site as well. That link is posted in the description of this video. Yeah, hopefully in the future I'll see if I can make some sort of Mr. Tops merch for the future. That'd be something pretty cool when I have a chance. There's one other game going on here in the WNBA right now, and actually that one's close too. Minnesota Lynx just took the lead against the Chicago Sky 63-59. That was anticipated. The Lynx with a record of 13-4. The Sky with a record of 6-10. This would be an upset today if Indiana's able to win this game. They're just 3-8 on the road. 7-12 is their record. They sit in 9th in the WNBA. 6th place is the Phoenix Mercury at 9-8. Phoenix is 7-2 in their home floor this year for them, so they've only lost twice at home, so this would go down as a big upset. Phoenix came in as an 8.5-point favorite on the line for today's game. Final 10 minutes left to go as we start off the fourth quarter. Taurasi sends it off to Griner. Griner inside the key, missed the mark, bricked it off the back rim. The rebound gets secured here by Indiana. Fever gonna slow down tempo. Clark takes the 3 and rhythm off the mark, no good. Had a good opportunity off the dribble there by Caitlin Clark in transition, but just couldn't bury it. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Taurasi outside, moves it off to her teammate. Here's a 3 for the tie, missed off the rim, no good by the Mercury, as that was bricked by number 1, Sug Sutton. Clark in transition up the floor, missed the floater off the glass, too strong. So Caitlin Clark, back-to-back possessions, looking to try it herself, but just cannot find the bottom of the net for her. Missed that one off the glass. Griner at the baseline, Griner over Clark, mismatch, swooshes it. 67-66. Brittany Griner with her efficiency, just tallest player on the floor, shooting over everybody. Just taking over this game right now. Brittany Griner, 20 points, top scorer. 7 for 12 shooting the ball, 6 for 7 at the free throw line. Missed 3 by the Fever from the corner. They start off 0 for 3 to begin the fourth quarter of action here. Phoenix down by 1 right now. Phoenix attacking. Taurasi to the cup. Taurasi gets fouled. And this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line as she attacked downhill on Clark. So Caitlin Clark picks up her 3rd personal foul. Diana Taurasi, I believe this will be 2 free throws coming up here at the line. Yep, they're going to give her a free throw. So 2 shots here by Taurasi. First one is good. We're going to tie game 67-67. We got 40 plus watching right now. Thanks all for tuning in for the fourth quarter. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up here, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Phoenix just took the lead 68-67. Phoenix led as many by 15. They've trailed as many by 10. It's been a roller coaster of a game right now. Indiana had two double digits deficits of 13 points in the first quarter. They were down 17-4. Clark missed the three off the back rim. A rebound secure by Phoenix. And then they trailed at the early stage of the third by 15 points. Baseline drive by Taurasi, knocked out of bounds. She lost it though. It goes out of bounds off a Taurasi turnover by Phoenix. This game is on ESPN. So if you're from the US, it's on ESPN. And good defense there by the Fever. Number 17, Erica Wheeler stripped it off of Taurasi, and they hit Taurasi out of bounds according to the officials, but we'll see if this will be changed or not. Phoenix is going to challenge this call on the floor, so Phoenix is challenging the possession of this basketball coming up that they thought that Taurasi had it stripped away out of bounds off Indiana, and that the ball didn't come back and hit her out of bounds. So this is being under review right now as we will take the timeout. Man, this has been a really good game here. 8:14 left to go in the fourth quarter. 68-67. Let's see. I'm looking at how you can get it in Canada. It says NBA TV Canada is the station to tune in. So if you're from Canada, you can get it on NBA TV Canada. Yeah, I'm over in the US, so a lot of the games come from like ESPN, usually, in the US. Caitlin Clark, double-double, 12 points, 10 assists. Almost a triple-double, just needs 2 more rebounds. She's got 8 rebounds today. She's been the key that's fueled the comeback for her team a couple times in this game. Yeah, that's awesome. So, Josh Aduro. So he's with the Pelicans. Oh, that's awesome. So he'll be with the Pelicans. Yeah, appreciate it, CG, for finding this stream, man. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, LeBron and Bronny playing in the same team. LeBron, it sounds like he's going to take a pay cut, which he knows that he's at the end of his career, and probably going to take that pay cut because he wants Bronny to like earn more in the long run for Bronny. 68-67. We come back to action. Indiana has 23 made field goals. 15 of those have been assisted. Phoenix has missed their last 10 out of 11 three-point shots, and Indiana with a bad pass resulting in a turnover. Phoenix with a steal. Phoenix was down by 10 at one point in the third quarter. They led as many by 15 points at one point in this game in the early stage of the third. That third quarter was an absolute roller coaster. 7:45 left to go in the fourth. Top of the key for Rebecca Allen as she attacks inside the paint, flings up a shot, hit the top of the glass, and she missed it as it goes back to the Fever here. Fever with possession. Wheeler swings it across the floor off to Katie Lou Samuelson. Moves it off to the free throw circle of Boston. Outside of Wheeler, once again, a Wheeler drives, attacks downhill. Wheeler up and in off the glass. She scores off the backboard. Fever take the lead by 1. Caitlin Clark, by the way, has played every single minute tonight on the floor, so she's played the entire 33 minutes of this game right now. Phoenix with the ball, top of the key, as they will take a step back deep two. Missed off the mark, no good by Natasha Cloud. Defensive rebound hauled in by Lou Samuelson for the Fever. Fever by one with possession. Wheeler up the floor. She has the ball. Clark's open at the top. She finds Clark now. Clark under 7 minutes left to go. Clark's guarded by Sug Sutton. Right wing perimeter one-on-one. Caitlin Clark working on Sutton. Sends it on top over to Samuelson. Outside to the corner. Broken up out of bounds as the player down as well inside the key. And I think they're going to roll an offensive foul charge to the Fever. Yeah, number 7 for the Fever. Aaliyah Boston committed the offensive foul away from the basketball. Yeah, so Clark's been on the floor this entire game. She's played this whole game. She's going to have the ball much more in her hands. I don't know why they're playing her off the ball still. Yeah, she's 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. She's got 12 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. Missed jumper at the elbow for the Mercury as it came off the rim short. No good by Copper. Here goes Clark. Clark swings it down low. Bobbled by her teammate. Trying to keep it alive. Flung it all the way to the backcourt. Oh, that's a turnover. So Nalissa Smith couldn't handle it properly. Or no, actually, the referees say that Phoenix had deflected it out to the backcourt, so the possession stays alive. So this will stay alive, and the three-point shot comes up short by Samuelson. Goes back to Phoenix. So Phoenix got a fingertip on that as it was sailing to the backcourt. That looked like it was clearly going to be a half-court violation, but Phoenix got a fingertip on it. Quarter 3, but a Mercury, and they bury it. And that is number 9 for Phoenix, Sophie Cunningham, who buries the 3 to take the 2-point lead, and a timeout taken on the floor by the Fever. 71-69, down to 5:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. It was Kalia Copper who dished it out to the wing, where Cloud sent it over to Cunningham, who made the open 3 at the corner. Man, this has been a battle so far. 71-69, going down to the buzzer in this game here. Indiana's just stuck here offensively. They're taking way too many low percentage shots once again. They're reverting back to how they started off the game in the first quarter. They're getting outscored 7-2 right now in the fourth quarter. Just a lot of the stuff that they've taken, they're just rushing their shots, or they're taking 3-point shots and they're missing short constantly. A couple of those shots have been air balls. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I cover basketball action here at the channel. Just got finished up around 2 weeks ago with the NBA playoffs, with the finals. Had a lot of great games over there. I'll be away starting tomorrow. I'm actually going on vacation, so the next stream for me will probably be the week of July 8th once I get back from vacation. It'll probably be either an NBA Summer League stream or a WNBA game, but hoping to cover some of the NBA Summer League games once I get back from vacation next week. I'm from Massachusetts, where I am, so I'm a Celtics fan. That's the team that I root for the NBA. Big Boston sports fan, though. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, and Bruins. Oh, wow. Best of luck to your mom going to India for 3 weeks. Yeah, we're supposed to go to Niagara Falls later in the month of August. So we'll be in the edge of Canada in the month of August. We're going to Cleveland coming up starting next week. My sister sings in a group for her barbershop choir, and they have the Barbershop Harmony Society, which she's a part of. They compete in the Northeast districts, so they competed back in April in Cape Cod, in Mass, and they got first place out of their group in Cape Cod, which they won their region in Cape Cod for the Northeast. So now they compete in nationals next week, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. So luckily it's like 10 hours for a drive, so we're gonna split it up, 5 and 5 for the trip starting tomorrow. So we're staying in upstate New York tomorrow, where we'll be. So it's not like a terrible drive. Like some of the places, like next year's in Denver. I don't think they're gonna be doing Denver because that's like 3 time zones away. Like from Massachusetts to Colorado, it's like a 35-hour drive or something crazy like that for like a flight. I think it's like a 6-hour flight to get there. Brittany Griner just scored off the turnaround, so she'll have a free throw coming up as well, as this will be an and one coming up at the line for Griner. And it's good. Now, Brittany Griner's just completely taken over this game with efficiency. She's looking like Game 1 and Game 2 of the finals before Porzingis got injured, how he was just shooting over dudes. That's what it looks like here with her size at 6'9", shooting over players 6'5" or under. Indiana with a ball at the baseline for the Fever. They move it back to the perimeter. Clark, it went off her shoe, able to pick it up though with deflecting in the backcourt. Clark finds her teammate underneath the hoop, 2 in the shot clock. Backdoor opportunity. Couldn't finish in a layup. It was no good. Missed off the mark by Nalissa Smith. Tough defense by the Mercury. The Mercury picks up the ball. Taurasi has it around the perimeter, sends it off to Griner, top of the key, hand off to Taurasi. Taurasi at the elbow, lobs it off to Griner, broke it up, and Clark comes up with a steal. Caitlin Clark up ahead of the pack here to her teammate Lou Samuelson. Skip pass, left quarter, 3 on its way, no good. Around the rim and out is missed by Kelsey Mitchell in the 3-point shot. And the Mercury come up with a basketball here. Just rushing their shots, having a lot of difficulty making their shots in this fourth quarter. And the layup's good by Kalia Copper. 76-69. Another one of those runs by the Phoenix Mercury once again. The Indiana Fever just rushing everything, and only 2 points this entire fourth quarter. Man, 76-69. Now they had it. They were up by 10, looking like they were going to win this game, but just their offense has just been a mess recently here. They just keep on rushing all their shots. The last shot they took was a 3 from the corner. It was well rushed. Bill, welcome back in here, man. Yeah, she's done a really good job playmaking today in this game. It's just they just haven't been able to make their threes. They had that stretch during the third quarter where they were dangerous. They made like their first 5 out of 7 threes in the third quarter, but they just haven't been able to make that consistent through this game. They're 6 for 25 from 3-point range. Yeah, I was actually up in New Hampshire last week for the Cup race, so we were there when the tornado warnings were going off a week ago. That was crazy. We got in a red flag last Sunday that they stopped the race because it was like thunder and lightning. It was bad out. We were in severe weather up there. And they didn't start the race until like 2.5 hours later. They went on the red flag. Hey, what's good? No Ego in the stream. Welcome back in. Back to action. Down low as the Fever couldn't score. Griner rejects one of the Fever players down low underneath the hoop, as that was Mitchell. Got rejected by Griner. 4 minutes left to go. 7-point lead built up by Phoenix on an 8-zip run. And Indiana, they had everything going for them. Massive momentum, 19-2 run at one point. There's an interception. That'll help out the cause, but you got to get something here quickly. If you're Indiana, Clark crosses midcourt. 3:45 left to go. Clark puts the ball into the hands to Mitchell. Hand off to Clark. 12 in the shot clock. Caitlin Clark at the top of the key. Clark bounces off the roll down to the bounce pass to Boston. Outside Clark. Clark's going to have to hoist for the shot clock. Sends it off to Samuelson from 3, and she sinks it. Katie Lou Samuelson, big time 3 ball. 76-72. Yeah, we had a ton of downpours there past like 5 o'clock last Sunday. Bunch of downpours. It was thunder, lightning. Luckily, the tornado. I heard there was one in New Hampshire towards Dublin. So it was south of where the racetrack was. But there was a confirmed tornado a week ago in Dublin. Clark has it with 5 in the shot clock here. Clark has to launch again. Clark, skip pass, right corner with 2 in the shot clock. A 3. Oh, they got another one. Aaliyah Boston cans the triple. 78-75. Fever's right in this game with 2.5 remaining. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Mercury with a possession. Bounce pass on top over to Copper. Sends it off to her right to Taurasi. Taurasi launches a 3. Missed off the mark. Caitlin Clark, defensive rebound. 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Clark passes ahead off to her teammate Samuelson. And Samuelson underneath the hoop gets fouled. I believe that they're going to roll this a reach and foul. Picked up charge to Natasha Cloud in the Mercury. Caitlin Clark, 1 rebound away from a triple-double. She's got 12 points, 12 assists, she's got 12 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds today for Caitlin Clark. That was with 1 second on the shot clock. It was made by Aaliyah Boston. Boston, the top scorer for the Fever with 17. We got 50 plus watching. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a battle here in this game right now. 23 points by Brittany Griner, plus 22 on the floor for the Phoenix Mercury, shooting over players left and right. 8 for 13 from the floor for Griner. 18 points by Diana Taurasi, Natasha Cloud with 13. And then for the Fever, 17 by Aaliyah Boston, 12 points, 12 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds by Caitlin Clark, 12 by Nalissa Smith with 13 rebounds. This has just been a roller coaster of a game. We've got multiple surges of runs by both of these teams throughout the game. Indiana trailed to start off the game 17-4. They looked dead out of the water to begin this game. And then they came on back. They trailed at halftime. It was 49-38. They were down by 11 at the half. And then they trailed by 15 points as many at the early stage of the third quarter. And then they took a 19-2 run to take the lead in the third quarter. They led by 10 for the Fever, their largest lead in the third. And then they trailed by 9 points here in the fourth quarter. And after being outscored 12-2 to begin the fourth quarter, it's now 14-8 in the fourth quarter. Minnesota Lynx won today. So Minnesota Lynx won against the Chicago Sky 70-62. So that game just went final. It's a low-scoring game today. So Minnesota picks up the win. New York Liberty beat the Atlanta Dream 81-75. So there's 3 WNBA games, and this is the final one to wrap up for today. Yeah, this game is really good. I thought it was going to turn into that game that I streamed against New York, like earlier on in the month where they were not in it during the entire game. Yeah, there's a flagrant here picked up on the floor. So Natasha Cloud just got caught in a flagrant 1. So this is free throws here by the Fever. The first one is good by Lou Samuelson. It's a 2-point game right now. So Indiana shooting free throws. Natasha Cloud picks up a flagrant 1. Second free throw is good. And they'll get the basketball as well. 78-77. Indiana will get the basketball. Caitlin Clark's played this entire game. Clark will be the inbound passer near side of the front court. Clark inbounds it. Backing her way with Boston. She's got 17. Boston lost the handle, turns it over. Stolen away by Cunningham for the Mercury. Natasha Cloud crosses midcourt here for Phoenix. Phoenix with a 1-point advantage. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Handoff. Copper drives downhill. She lost the handle. Bodies collide all over the place. And a loose ball foul picked up. Charge to Kalia Copper. She knocks down Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell picked up the steal inside the key. Kalia Copper having a tough game today. Came into today's game averaging above 22 points per game, the top scorer in this game. And tonight she's got just 7 points, 3 for 15 shooting. So after a 24-point game against LA on Friday, she's only got 7. Today missing 12 shots. Minute 50 left to go. Clark crosses the midcourt logo. And Phoenix picks up a reach-in foul at midcourt with Copper once again. These fouls starting to stockpile right now. Next time around, Indiana. Is it going to be here? Oh, it's going to be here, actually. So this is the bonus now. So this will be the bonus. So Caitlin Clark shooting 2 free throws in the bonus right now. So they get themselves into the bonus. First shot, right down the middle. We get a tie game. NC for life, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Second free throw, Caitlin Clark, no good. Missed it. Off the front rim, bounced the back, went out. Griner collected the defensive rebound. Tie game, 78-78. Minute 40 left to go in the fourth quarter. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as Phoenix attacks. Cloud floats up the runner. Cloud gets fouled. And this is going to be free throws coming up here at the line for Natasha Cloud for Phoenix. So Nalissa Smith picks up the shooting foul. And this is what the foul trouble looks like so far today. Aaliyah Boston, 5 personal fouls. 5 personal fouls by Indiana as well with Temi Figbenley. 3 personal fouls by Caitlin Clark. 3 personal fouls now by Nalissa Smith. First free throw is good at the line with Natasha Cloud. Foul trouble for Phoenix looks like this. 5 personal fouls by Kalia Cooper. The second free throw there is good. 3 personal fouls by Diana Taurasi and Sophie Cunningham. Inbound goes to Clark. Down by 2 for Indiana. Indiana crosses midcourt. Minute and a half left to go in the fourth. At the right wing, Clark fires the pass down inside the key. Kick out to the wing. Off to Mitchell. Mitchell takes the jumper to elbow. Mitchell open up the bank right there. Cash it in. And one coming up at the free throw line by Kelsey Mitchell. She gets knocked down in the shot. Bad personal foul picked up. Charged to Sophie Cunningham, and Mitchell able to knock down the jumper at the left elbow. Mitchell's up to 11 right now. They've just got their 5th player in double figures. 17 by Boston, 13 by Clark, 13 by Smith. Mitchell with a free throw and got the bounce. 11 by Mitchell. Figbenley's got 10. 81-80. Indiana 1-point lead. Minute. And we'll start it once it gets to a minute and 10. We're just off by a couple seconds as we get it down to a minute 10 right now. Griner down low and receives the pass, gets fouled underneath the hoop. Brittany Griner is going to shoot 2 coming up here at the free throw line. Both teams are in the bonus right now. So that sends Phoenix into the bonus. 2 shots coming up here by Griner. Griner able to roll down, and she got fouled by Mitchell. So number 0 picks up the foul for Indiana. Brittany Griner, averaging 19.3 points per game. She's got 23 today. First free throw is good. Right down to the wire for another game for Indiana. Second shot, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound controlled here for the Fever. Clark looking for the big moment right now as we're down to 1:05 left to go in the fourth. Crosses midcourt for Caitlin Clark. Clark is defended by Copper. Clark dribbles up to the right block, circles around Clark, bounce pass around the perimeter. Samuelson, handoff Clark, 5 of the shot clock. Clark towards her right, dumps it off to the top of the key. Here's an open 3, off the mark, no good. Huge offensive rebound, taken away though, and a steal by Taurasi. So Nalissa Smith, she had it in her hands for an offensive rebound. Taurasi came away, ripped it out of Nalissa Smith's hands. And then a loose ball foul picked up, charge to the Fever. So a missed 3 by Katie Lou Samuelson straight away. The rebound for a brief moment controlled by Nalissa Smith, and then Taurasi came in and ripped away the board. And now Taurasi shooting free throws in the bonus. First one she misses as it comes off the rim short. What a battle. 41.5 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Diana Taurasi, second free throw here at the line, and it's good. 82-81, the Mercury take the lead. And we will have a timeout here on the floor taken by Indiana. Indiana's with one timeout remaining. Phoenix has two. Timeout on the floor, 82-81. Caitlin Clark still one rebound away from a triple-double. 13 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. Nalissa Smith, 15 rebounds, just crushing there in the last one. That was Taurasi. That's a 20-year vet that just rips away the basketball cleanly out of her hands off the board. And just able to force the loose ball foul and the free throws. So Clark's still at a double-double right now, so she needs just one more rebound to get her to that triple-double. What a game. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well for future live streams too. I cover basketball action on the channel play-by-play. NBA, college hoops, WNBA. I'll be off next week. No streams next week. I'll be on vacation. I'll be back around the week of July 8th. Probably going to stream some NBA Summer League games, so feel free to come on board for the NBA Summer League. Feel free to hit us up in the chat where you guys are watching from as well out here as we connect the world. We had a lot of great people for the NBA Finals streams over on the channel from the Philippines. 82-81, Indiana will get this basketball coming onto the timeouts. So they advance it to their front court. Inbound gets sent to the Fever. Top of the key, Lou Samuelson sends it off to her teammate. Jumper deep two, rattles in. It is good. Kelsey Mitchell having a huge game today. Buries down the deep 2J. 85, 83, 82. Mitchell up to 14, making some clutch shots here late. We got 35 seconds left to go. 35.6 seconds remaining. What a battle. Phoenix will get the inbound. Phoenix, number 6 team in the WNBA, record of 9-8, 7-2 in their home floor. Indiana, number 9 team in the WNBA, 7-12 record. On the road, they're just 3-8. This will be a huge one on the road. Deep 2 jumper came off the rim, short, no good by the Mercury, and Indiana able to box out, collect the defensive rebound with Christy Wallace in the backcourt. Indiana looking to see if they can allow a foul to be made by Phoenix. Phoenix smart, though, as Indiana was dribbling in their backcourt. You needed to clear that basketball. Indiana had to burn a timeout. 21 seconds left to go. So Caitlin Clark still the double-double. 13 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. It was Wallace who came up with a big defensive rebound, boxing out underneath the hoop. It was off the missed shot by the Mercury. It was by Natasha Cloud who missed the shot at the elbow. Both teams in the bonus, 21 seconds left to go. The Fever up by 1. You're going to have to clear this past. They take the timeout, so they're going to advance this over to their front court. They're out of timeouts left. There's a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. The game clock's at 21 seconds, and this will be Fever ball. The shot clock's at 18. You can't do anything dumb here off this inbound if you're Indiana. You got to get this as cleanly in as possible. And then it's all about getting it into the hands of a free throw shooter. And at this point in time, got multiple players that can make those free throws today. 4 for 4 by Fabenley off the bench. Clark's 3 for 4 at the free throw line. 4 for 6 is Boston at the free throw line. Perfect 2 for 2 by Samuelson, Wheeler, and Wallace at the free throw line. The only one you don't want to get it to has been Nalissa Smith, who's 1 for 4 today on free throws. But yeah, you're looking for Clark, I would imagine here most likely. Got to get into the hands of the ball handler this stage of the game. Just keep the ball out in front. That's all you need to do right now. You got a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 21 seconds left to go. as they'll set up in their front court here, far side of the floor. The inbound passer will be Katie Lou Samuelson on the floor with Clark Wheeler, Nalissa Smith, one other player in the backcourt. Inbound goes to Clark, right baseline dribble. Clark trying to go backdoor for the layup. She gets fouled. 19.9 seconds left to go as Clark went up quickly, absorbed the contact, drew the foul, and she'll shoot 2 here at the free throw line. So an aggressive style play off the inbound. As she saw an opening, she saw the gap for Caitlin Clark. No rookie has ever recorded a triple-double in WNBA history. If she gets one more rebound, she would be able to do that. Make history today. First free throw is good. Caitlin Clark buries the free throw, 84-82 Indiana. Caitlin Clark, 14 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. Second free throw is good. 15 points by Caitlin Clark. 85-82. 19.9 seconds left to go, and Phoenix will burn a timeout. What a game. We're going to keep it here on this slide. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, I definitely going to cover more WNBA streams in the future, so that's what I'm hoping to cover in the off-season, since the NBA and college basketball are in the off-season. I plan on doing WNBA streams, going to be games with Caitlin Clark, most likely, for the WNBA, and then the Summer League comes up. I'll be back after vacation covering some of the Summer League games, and also the Olympics are coming up later in the month of July, hoping to cover some of the Olympics games as well. So if Caitlin Clark gets a defensive rebound to close out the game, then she would have a triple-double. If she's able to do that, she would become the first ever player in WNBA history to record a triple-double by a rookie. 85-82. 1 timeout remaining by Phoenix, 0 timeouts remaining by Indiana. What a game. Indiana trailed as many by 15 points at one point in the early stage of the third quarter. This is just a resilient team learning from their mistakes earlier on in the season, and they've started to get into a rhythm. They went on a 3-game win streak at one point in the month of June. They've lost 2 straight games playing desperate right now. Phoenix, they've struggled from 3 in the second half. They're going to need a big-time shot from the perimeter coming up. Phoenix, with 19.9 seconds left to go, far side of the front court. They're going to see if they can get this inbound cleanly. Natasha Cloud inbounds it off to Griner. Top of the key. Oh, the ball got loose. Brittany Griner that kicked away from her feet. Indiana came up with a steal. And a reach and fall picked up by midcourt. Indiana about to win this game. That's a big U right there. Brittany Griner at the top of the key. Went into a dribble. Got kicked by her teammates. Oh, that's a big U. Natasha Cloud kicked the ball off the dribble of Brittany Griner. That's a major blunder right there. So Griner was at the top. Cloud thought that it was supposed to be a dribble handoff. A handoff over to Cloud. Cloud rushes up right behind Griner. Griner instead takes a dribble. It goes off the shoe of Cloud. Kicked right to the Fever. And the Fever picked up the easy steals as you could get. 2 free throws at the line. First one right down the middle. It's good by Erica Wheeler. 86-82. Down to 13 seconds left. I mean, this has been a roller coaster of a game. Second free throw here by Wheeler. Splash. She sinks it. That's some high arc on that free throw. 5-point lead. Mercury burn their final timeout with 13 seconds remaining. What a comeback. This is the first time that these two teams have faced up against each other this season. Caitlin Clark's first ever game against the Phoenix Mercury. After this, it's only Minnesota and Dallas. Those are only the 2 teams that they have yet to play so far. So that's the number 3 and the number 10 teams that they've yet to play, and about to steal a victory from the number 6 team right now in the WNBA as they're creeping up at a top 8 spot in the playoffs. Came into today's game at number 9 in the WNBA, but they're catching fire at the right time. They're going to be 7-4 in their last 11 for Indiana. 15-9-12 for points, rebounds, and assists by Caitlin Clark. Hey, thanks so much for joining NCG. Appreciate you guys for finding my channel, being a part on the stream. I'm going on vacation for next week with my family for the 4th of July. I'll be back around July 8th, so probably around the week of July 8th will be my next stream. Make sure to ring the notification bell so you become notified when I do go back live. Probably an NBA Summer League game, most likely going to be the next stream I cover within the next couple of weeks. Hoping to do NBA Summer League, WNBA with Caitlin Clark, and then also the Olympics coming up later in the month as well. Thanks so much for the sub, CG. Really appreciate it. Handoff from Griner off to her teammate. Jacked up the three. That was Tarazi who missed it off the back rim. A rebound controlled out of the pack by Indiana. That is going to be Christy Wallace who picked up the defensive rebounds. So Christy Wallace picked up the defensive rebound, and she got fouled. And this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Indiana, about to close out with a win. Wallace, and the first one no good. Around the rim and out. Massive comeback today by Indiana. They trailed 17-4 to begin this game. They trailed by 15 points at the beginning of the third. They had a 10-point lead. They blew a 10-point lead. Phoenix came storming on back. Second free throw is good, but in the end, the telltale runs the Indiana Fever, able to close it out on the late surge and pick up the win as the shot was missed at the baseline. A defensive rebound hauled in to close out the game by the Fever. It was by Wheeler at the baseline to get the last rebound to close out the game, and we go final. Double-double by Caitlin Clark. Wraps up with 15 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds in this game as we close out. The Indiana Fever pick up a big win tonight here, 88-82, the final score over the Phoenix Mercury, and the Caitlin Clark-led Indiana Fever starting the surge as a late at the right place and the right time, and they move into the number 8 spot right now, passing the Chicago Sky. So they're a half a game above Chicago, as now they're the number 8 team in the WNBA standings. Phoenix stays at number 6. 9-9 is their record, but a huge win. They came in as an 8.5-point underdog in this game for the Fever. And Caitlin Clark, her playmaking, incredible throughout this game. 12 total assists for her. She was only 2 for 10 from three-point range, but getting to the rim for Caitlin Clark with 15 points, 5 made free throws, 9 rebounds, played almost the entire game. 39 out of 40 minutes she played tonight for Caitlin Clark. She led everybody in total minutes in this game. Brittany Griner with 24, not enough for the Phoenix Mercury. Big game by the role players for the Fever today. Temi Bentley, 10 points off the bench, 16 points in the clutch. Most of those shots made late by Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever. Aaliyah Boston, 17. Nalissa Smith with 12 and 15 rebounds. Thanks all for joining in today. Wow, it was a pretty good stream that we did for the WNBA. We had around 100+ late stretch of this game, so really appreciate you guys for joining in, being a part here on the channel. The Fever, massive comeback, down by 15 points, able to come back and win this game. I'll be back probably around July 8th, going away on vacation this upcoming week with my family, so I'll be back in just over like a week plus from now, probably covering some of the NBA Summer League games, hopefully more of these WNBA streams during the summer time with Caitlin Clark, and then also the Olympics coming up late in the month of July. Thanks all for joining in. We're going to close out to the channel members before I wrap up today. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. You got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Paul, Cree Jedi, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Ian, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Guido, Tristan, Chuck Nola, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, Jack City, and Shalimar, Iceberg Slim 38, Matthew M. Stone, Miles Davis, and We Are Living in the Great Depression. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream for this one here. The Indiana Fever pick up a comeback victory today, 88-82, a double-double, almost a triple-double by Caitlin Clark, 15 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds. Thanks all for joining in, everybody, and I'll see you guys soon.